morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Banished. Now, since the last episode, I just let the game run on a bit. Got a whole bunch of stuff that we had queued up built. Queued up a few more items. Let's get this on 2-speed. We are coming out of late winter. I have 2 more orchards ready to go in case we get some new fruits from a trader. So they're going to sit empty. I'm also starting to build another animal pen back here in case we get more animals from a trader. And okay, so I just brought immigrants in, so they're getting coats and tools and all that good stuff. Our second church is in. I've not turned it on. Our first church is almost full, so we'll need to turn the second church on here in a minute. Our first school filled up with 25 students, so I had turned on our second school. And we're going to keep an eye on that. Now we can upgrade. This one only holds 25 students. We can upgrade it to a country school that holds 50. We can upgrade it to a farmer's college which holds 80. We want to upgrade it, but we don't have any of that little brick thing to upgrade this schoolhouse. Now I am building yet another schoolhouse just so we have a backup. So we're going to continue with reeds and feathers and keep expanding our survival coats because we're going to use them mainly for trading. Our fishery came in, so our dock fisher that's back here came in. Now if you look, these fisheries are gathering about 1,700 per season. This fishery, with the same amount of people, is only getting about 700. So we are going to take this one and we're going to turn it off. It's going to unemploy 4 people, so we're going to go down 4. And then we're going to tell this one to go away. So it's going to unbuild and get it off the map. We're going to turn this one on. We're going to take it up to 4. We're going to turn it on. We're going to take those same 4 people and move them over here. So we'll get double the fish from the dock fishery. Now in order to build see if I can find them. Where are they? Here. Alright. We need to start building these shore houses. These shore houses are going to gather us sand and clay. And we need sand and clay to do bricks and our building supplies. So I want to start working on getting that chain going. And let's rotate these. Yeah, because they're going to go here along the shore. So I think we're going to start over here with 4. We'll get 2 going with sand and 2 going with clay. And we'll let those build. I'm just waiting for some of this other stuff to come in. Second church is almost built. So I'm just going to slide these up because these are building. Okay, our dance tree shack came in. We're going to start employing some of those people. But I want to focus on our building materials. Alright, let's go back and look at the church. Stone shack came in. Let me turn that off a minute. We may just go ahead and turn this church on. Our first church is at, 285 members. So let's just turn the church on. We'll have another pastor. Cemetery's finished. It has a couple graves. We're starting to get the die off of old age. Alright, so let's come back up here. So I'm going to let these build so we know where they are, and then we're going to continue our building supply trade up here, which means we're going to have to start getting some houses going up this way as well. Speaking of houses, we just brought a bunch of people in. So now we're about another 10 houses behind the curve. We're going to continue to expand over this way. I've got a schoolhouse, another schoolhouse coming in over here. We're really expanding this area over here. Let's turn these on so we know where their circle of influence is. I don't mind losing a little bit. What I want to do is I want to get at least 5 or 6 houses going over here. So let these build as well. And then once they build, we'll go with a little bit more. So I'll put a second row like back to back. I do want to get some more storage over here. And we're starting to get coal, we're starting to get stone, we're starting to get iron from these guys. I'm keeping an eye out for a trader. Okay, cool. Look at that. Perfect timing. We had another trader coming in. When he comes in, I'm going to throw this on pause to see what he has. Let's throw it on pause. Okay, so what do you have? You are a merchant. So he has copperware, rose hips, which we don't need. Food we're pretty good on. Cucumber seeds. Ooh. Cucumber seeds. What other seeds do you have? None. That's the only seed. If we take you, that's 3,000. What do we have? Let's go with like 200 flowers. Let's go with 200 survival coats. That gives it, okay, so we could take the survival coats down. Oh no, we need 3,000. So I need another 100. Let's go with 100 fish. That's going to get us our cucumber seed. We can't do anything with it now because they're already planting, but we can plant cucumbers next season. So let's take that, and we're going to order rice if we can. I want cotton, so tell them to bring cotton. Just once. Tell them to bring cotton seeds. Grape, we can do wine, so tell them to bring grape. I want rice if I can find it. I want rice, so tell them to bring rice. And then tell them to actually bring us, those are the seeds. I want him to bring actual rice as well. I always have a hard time finding the rice for some reason. Tell them to bring me rice. Rice will be a game changer if we can get it. So we'll throw this back on. We'll take the trade. There's nothing else here that I want from him. Doing good on food. So we'll go ahead and dismiss him. Let him go on. We'll get another trader in here. So now we can plant cucumber seeds, but again, we won't be able to plant them till next season, so we'll change some of our fields up to cucumber. Alright, let's look ahead and continue with our food. So we have some extra folks. So I want to turn on the hunting cabin, and there should be a gathering. So I want to turn the hunting cabin on. And we should have already built a gatherer. The gatherer's hut. And probably this extra hospital as well. So let's look at those. I'd like to have a whole bunch of stuff built ready for labor. So the hospital we're definitely going to turn on. So let's get another doctor. The hunter, let's go with 4. So we'll turn the hunter on. Where does that leave us on? Yeah, we can turn. Let's turn the gap. Let's turn this one and we'll go 4 as well. That'll get us more food coming in. We have pasture, so I'm just going to slide these down a minute. So stone shack I'm not worried about. Dense tree shack not yet. Herbalist, I'm not going to turn that one on yet. Or the walnut foresters. We may turn this last toolsmith on. Alright, so I just want to get my stuff sorted here. These are all back here. Let me get these out of the way for a minute. We're going to work with those in a second. But all the stuff that's back here, our walnut forester, our herbalist, our dense tree shack, our stone shack, now I'm just going to stack up. We can turn those on as we need them. Alright, toolsmith. I want to stay ahead of tools. We're going to go with hardened steel because we have logs, we have iron, we have coal, so they're the better tools. So let's turn another toolsmith on. I want to keep our survival coats going, so let's turn on another reed farm. It leaves us with a couple laborers. How are we doing on reeds and feathers? Reeds we have 2,400. Feathers we have 800. So I'm going to turn on another one making survival coats. So I'll have another one with survival coats coming in. Coal shack we're not going to turn on yet. Schoolhouse, I want to build, we're building another schoolhouse just as a backup. So let's turn the coal shack off, and as we have more laborers, we'll turn those on. Waiting for our shore houses to be built so we can continue working on our building materials. They will dismantle that at some point. These are our extra stone shacks and coal shacks and iron shacks and dense tree shacks. We'll get those going eventually. But I wanted to focus on getting our building supply chain started, and we'll keep an eye on our traders. Here, finishing up the pasture, we'll let that build. We are on 2-speed, correct? Yes, we are. So there's another industry I also want to get into that's going to help us trade that we'll look into here shortly. But as we get more laborers, we'll start turning more of this on. So I want to like double our reeds and our chicken docks and our, like this whole production chain over here needs to be doubled soon. Because we don't have a lot to trade with yet. If we come in here, we go to our inventory and we sort it by quantity. I don't want to sell off any food. I don't want to sell off too many herbs or lumber or any of our iron ore. We could probably throw the bone meal in there, but I think the bone meal we can use somewhere else. So there's really nothing else there, quantity-wise, I want to sell off. Now this tells you what trade items we have. So as we purchase stuff, or can't remember what we have and what we don't have, we can come in here and look. So keep an eye out for traders. Looks like we had a couple more laborers come in. But I'm going to hold off on our laborers now till we get this whole production up here going. As soon as this pasture's fixed, I'm going to tell them to start. Okay, so they are starting to work on the shore houses. We have all the builders are back here, right? Yes, all of our builders are back here working as well. So they just got to bring the materials back. I don't think they're too far away, but they should be able to make it back there. How's our lumber? Because I don't want to kill all of our wood. We have 486 lumber. I'm going to turn this guy off, and that's going to give us another laborer. We don't need that much lumber. Lumber will get away from you really quick. Now once we have like a gazillion logs, we can trade lumber, but we're not quite there yet. So yeah, we're starting to get that old age die off and turnover. And that's when you got to keep an eye on your homes versus your families, because if you get too many homes, if you get more homes than families, things can go sideways really quick. They'll start separating families. So it'll split up a husband and wife and put them in two different homes. So you don't overbuild homes in this game unless you have the people for them. Alright, so this area's, we're going to keep expanding over here. We have a school. We're going to do another doctor over here as well, and we're going to start building another little village over this way. Matter of fact, we could probably queue up another doctor. Let's grab another hospital. Put it over here next to the school. So we'll get that in the mix as well. This pasture is almost done. As soon as this pasture is done, I'm going to tell them to prioritize our shore houses up here. A couple houses starting to come in. We have people in our temporary homes, so I'm going to build enough homes to get all of these people moved out and into permanent shelters. I want to build this pasture so in case we get more animals on a trader. So I'm going to just leave this guy off. So now I could tell this, let's go increase the priority up here. Let's get these guys built first. So what I want to do is I want to get another dirt road in here, but I don't know. I want to get it like right up against the building. Guess I can go right here. Alright, so let's grab, before we go too far, actually I want to go with, let's build another dock coming out this way. I just want to get it started. So we could do more fishing. build another dock out that way. I also want to get, should be some dock storage. We can actually throw that like right on the shore here. Let's pull it back a little bit. So that'll get us some storage back here, so we'll let that build. Now let's go into, not there. Alright, so we had a couple more houses come in. All with children, which is really nice. Keep an eye on our population. Let's make sure none of these came in. Alright, yeah, I just want to spread these around so I can see the yellow stripe. Now another schoolhouse building. Alright, so to continue with our building supplies, not town services, cloth and fabrics crafting, we need, we're going to eventually need the joiner, and we're going to eventually need the cooper, so it's nothing there that I need. I need the, alright, we need the brickworks, so we got to get the brickworks in. Let's throw him here, so we'll get our brickworks in. Oh, yeah, because it's going to need some clay to build, so we'll get it up to the point where it needs clay. So the brickworks we definitely need. The kiln, I think the brickworks, I don't usually use the kiln. The houseware supplier and the building supplier are two more that we're going to need to expand. So we're going to put one there, so that's going to be our homeware supplier, and these are going to make stuff that we need to expand with. Now we need the building supplier as well, and it's going to go here, and this is going to get us everything we need to start expanding with. So let those build. Alright, we have another trader, so let's go pause. Let's go see what this guy has. You have seedlings, hardwood, clay, and sand. This is clay and sand will get us started. Actually, that's pretty good timing. So let's go with 100 clay to get us started and 100 sand to get us started. So that's 400. We can sell off, let's go with like 200 flowers. We can get rid of some of the flowers. We have 500 survival coats. We got a bunch of fish, so let's go with 200 fish. We'll get rid of some fish, and we just need 100. Alright, so what do we need? 10? No, 8. 7 will get us, okay, so we're over by 5, so take this down by 5, so 195. There we go, 500. So let's trade. What do you have that we want to order? None of that. So let's go back to 2-speed, and then we got our trade, so we can dismiss him. So I'll give us a little bit of clay and a little bit of sand to get started with. And I want to get another dirt road between these buildings we put in. Can I link them on this side? Not really. Alright, so our last house, oh yeah, one more house going in. We'll look at our houses versus our... So I like to keep a gap of like 5, so we can get like 2 more houses started. And we'll probably get some houses back here for this group of workers. So let's start at just a couple of houses back here for these guys. Oh, let these build, and then we'll push the houses back a little bit. So we're going to have, yeah, let them build, we'll see where the paths go. We'll probably put a few houses back here. Keep an eye on our students. We may have to build another school until we get ready to upgrade our existing schools. I was really hoping to get a trader with those building supplies we needed to upgrade with. Once we get rice will be a game changer because it'll be like endless food. Because we could turn it into flour and then we could turn it into a whole bunch of good stuff. Right now they're just eating our uncooked raw veggies and fruits that we do have. Waiting for the harvest to come in, and we'll swap over some of these fields. Which we can do now. So you are going to go to cucumber. You are going to go to cucumber. You're going to go to cucumber. And we'll get one more. So you can go to cucumber. So next season we'll have some cucumbers. Give them a little bit more of a variety. Alright, so one of these came in, it's probably hidden like under here somewhere. It did. Let's turn you off a second. How many laborers do we have? We have a few. We're going to tell two people to gather sand in that one. And they're, I don't know if it's going to be able to go into this barn we're building or if they're going to need a stockpile. Can we connect? So let's get a dirt road there. Can I get another dirt road back this way? I can. Let's come out this way as well. Can we come straight back? I can. Alright, and then let's get a stockpile down just in case. Eventually we'll get into all these specialized stockpiles, but right now we're just going with the generic one. So let's give you a stockpile to put your stuff on for now. And let's go like right here. And now that we know where our path is, let's get them a few homes back here so they don't have to go too far to work. Start off with 2 for now. Looks like we had another one die of old age. We have a few laborers come in. We do, but we don't have that many extra laborers. Alright, so we have another one come in. Where are you buried? You're buried under here. Alright, turn you off a second. Turn you off a second. Alright, we're going to tell this one we want clay. We're going to go with 2. So we'll have some sand coming in, we'll have some clay coming in. The other shore house I'm going to keep off until we need it. We just have a few more laborers come in, we don't have a lot of extra laborers. So I'm not sure if the sand and clay has to go into a stockpile or go into a barn. I can't remember. So yeah, we'll probably expand around these 2 foresters because we'll get like a whole bunch of extra traders and stuff around in here eventually. And then this will be a great area to just keep expanding in. Alright, so our large storage came in, so we have storage back here now as well. The extra shore home I'm going to turn off because I want just one for clay and one for sand for now, but we'll definitely expand those. Well, and we'll probably have a bunch of them like all the way along here eventually. Stone is low, so let's tell it to gather some stone. Grab some stone from there. What do we have over this way? And then y'all can just grab some stone from up there. Alright, other shore hut's done. Let's leave that one off. Turn them on as we need them. Alright, our next schoolhouse is done. So we have 2 schoolhouses in reserve until we get our building supplies made. Eventually back here we'll get a whole village going with another hospital, another dock market, another doctor. So I'll get another whole village going back here because we'll keep expanding our building supplies back there as well. We are about a half an hour in. I want to see if another trader's coming in yet. And I don't see one coming down the river. I don't think you get as many traders in the winter as you do the rest of the season. So no trader coming in yet. So I might want to think about, since we keep running out of stone, I mean this guy, our current stone shack, it's getting better, so it's not at 100% capacity. It's got a whole bunch of other stuff in here. It's got to take all these trees out of its radius and all the iron out of its radius. And this guy's only probably running like 50%. So we'll definitely get more stone out of here. We'll get more coal out of here. We'll get more iron and stuff out of here. Eventually we'll get these turned on when we get a few more laborers. I was hoping to see one more trader before I ended this episode. Nothing coming up the river. Nothing coming up the river. So no trader coming in yet. Let's throw it on pause. Thank you for stopping in, much appreciated. Please smash that like and subscribe on your way out, and have an awesome day.